Hello, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be talking about alliteration. What is alliteration? Well, just so you know, we will be working with Common Core State Standard RL 7.4, which reads as thus. Determine the meaning of words as they are used in a text, including figurative and connotative meanings. Analyze the impact of rhymes and other repetitions of sounds. For example, alliteration on a specific verse or stanza of a poem or section of a story or a drama. So, what does that mean? That means that the Common Core is a bunch of different set of rules designed by people such as Bill Gates and other top corporate officials. They decided that they wanted the future of America, the future workforce, to have certain skills going into the workplace. And so to be able to analyze figurative language is one of those skills. So one of those types of figurative language is what's called alliteration. Now, figurative language is language that is used to not mean exactly what it says. In other words, it has a different connotation. Okay. Um, Whereas if you had, words that were literally word for word what they mean, they would have what's called denotation. Okay. For example, if I said, it's raining cats and dogs, is it literally raining cats and dogs? Am I going to hear a bark and look up and see a dog falling on my head? No. It's just it's a figurative language, a figure of speech that allows us to exaggerate the way that we talk. Okay. So alliteration, there are two types. The first one is consonants, tongue twisters, and the second one is assonance. So these are any song that you hear where the sounds of the words of the vowels rhyme. That is an example of assonance. Okay. Let's go a little deeper. So consonants are words that start with the same sound of the consonants. In other words, a consonant is any letter that is not A, E, I, O, or U. Okay, and sometimes Y. Okay, so if you had words such as Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, this is one of the most well-known forms of consonants. And the reason why is because the consonant P has the same P sound. The same P sound. Peter, Piper, picked, peck, pickled peppers. Okay? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Which of these words have the same P sound? That's right. Peter, Piper, picked, peck, pickled peppers. Very good. You notice how the letter P keeps repeating? If it does that and it is not an A, E, I, O, U, and a Y when the Y is at the end of a word, then it is a consonant. Okay? However, if the rhyme sounds like the words towel, how, foul, all of those words rhyme. They have the same owl sound. Okay, those are vowels, so that becomes what's called assonance. Okay, now, why would it be important to know assonance? Well, think about every song you've ever heard. Would the song be any good if the song didn't rhyme at the end? It'd be kind of weird, right? I mean, it would just be words, and it wouldn't keep our attention. It wouldn't be entertaining anymore. It'll be boring. And so that's why assonance is always important. Also, please keep in mind that anytime you use assonance. When you see it in commercials, it's used for big business, either to get your attention, to captivate an audience. People use it in speeches. And so this is an example of how alliteration allows big business to make money. Why? Because it provokes the reader. It invokes their attention, and it causes them to pay attention. Plus, not to mention, who doesn't not like a nice rhyme, right? We all do. So that is it for the lesson for alliteration today. And if you have any questions, please let me know. All right, so that would be the lesson on alliteration. Then what I would do is I would take the group of students who are suffering or who are showing low scores on my assessments, and I will work with them one on one, especially now during COVID since we're online. It's a lot easier to open up a Zoom meeting and just go over things with the students who need that Zoom meeting. So please, if you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you very much.